Welcome all. Our topic is Introduction to Algebra. This is chapter 6 and this is our third video. Today I am going to explain the few concepts related to algebraic expressions. And the first one is power of literal numbers. Power of literal numbers, that is, how do we write the powers? This is a cube having x its side x centimeter. So how do we write the volume for the cube? Volume is equals to x multiplied by x multiplied by x, right? Or edge cube we write it like cubic centimeter, right? So we can write it in the short form as x cube, right? X to the power 3. Why 3? Because we have multiplied x 3 times. Here x is the base and 3 is the exponent or power, right? So in this expression x is the base and 3 is the exponent or power. Let us understand this more. Here I have written x. Now because no power is written over there, so that means we cannot say that it is having no power. Whenever there is no power, कोई भी पावर लिखी नहीं होती है तो हम क्या लेते हैं? पावर उसकी 1. We consider its power as 1. We will take its power as 1. We do not write the power 1, right? So whenever it is written like 2, जब भी power 2 दी हो, then we take it as 2 and we read it as x raised to the power 2, or we read it as x square. For 2 we write square, square square, right? For x to the power 3 we read it as x raised to the power 3 or x cube, right? For the power 3 we write cube. For this we read it as x to the power 4, and if negative base is there, if it is minus x, then we also read it as minus x raised to the power 5, right? So in the similar way, students, you can read the powers and can write the powers for the literal numbers. Let us understand this more by taking one more example. If any literal number, any expression is written like this, where both constant and literal number is there. We are having 2x and this is written in the bracket and it is having power 3, or we can say that 2x raised to the power 3. Now here, because 2x is written in the bracket and the power is 3 here, that means the power is for both these, for this constant and for this variable also, for the literal number and for the constant number here. So here we will write it like 2x. If we want to expand this, 2x multiplied by 2x multiplied by 2x, right? 3 times we have multiplied this term 2x together, we will write, okay? And if it is written like this, 2x raised to the power 3 or 2x cube. Now here the power of x is given, not of 2, right? So we will write it as 2 multiplied by x 3 times. We are going to write x multiplied by x multiplied by x. So it is equal to 2x cube. So there is a huge difference. Always remember this thing. Now the next topic is variable and constant. Now what are constants, right? I am here in this, if we take example of the same question, here 2 is the constant and x is the variable. So the constant, the quantity which does not change its value is called a constant, right? The quantity which does not change its value, right? What does it mean? The constants are the numbers itself. For example, 2, minus 5, 3, etc. The counting numbers, the numbers, they all comes under constant. And variables, the quantity which changes its value is called variable, right? For example, all the literal numbers like x, y, z, etc., they all are variables. Now let us understand it more. To find out the diameter, we multiply the radius by 2, right? The formula to find diameter is 2 multiplied by radius. In short form, we can write it as d is equals to 2r. Here d is diameter and r is the radius, or we can write it as 2r, because we know that in algebra if the we can skip this symbol and we can write it directly like 2r. Okay. Now here if the radius is 2, then our diameter will be 2r, means 2 multiplied by r. 2 multiplied by 2, that means this is equal to 4 centimeter. If it is 2.5, then 2 multiplied by 2.5, and this is equals to 5 centimeter. And if the radius is 10 centimeter, then we have to multiply 2 by 10, and it is equals to 20 centimeter. Now students, here we can see the different for r is equals to, for radius is equals to 2, the diameter is 4, and if the radius is getting changed, the diameter is also getting changed, but 2 remains same, its value does not change. So here 2 is constant and r is variable, and also d is variable. Here 2 is a constant, that is a number, and r are the literal numbers. So I hope by this you understood the concept of variable and constant, or in other words we can also say 2 is a fixed number and d and r are the numbers which are changed. You know, it will change as per to the size of the circle. Now coming on to the worksheet, third part, that is coefficient. Coefficient, what is coefficient? This is also a new term for you. If I am writing xy, that means I have to write x multiplied by y. Here x and y are the factors and this is the product. The product of x and y is xy, right? So here x is the coefficient of y and y is the coefficient of x, right? Let us understand this thing more. For example, in this case, if I want to find out the coefficient of x, okay, so what the coefficient of x here is the remaining all the terms, means 2, y and z. So the coefficient for this is 2, y, z. If I want to find out the coefficient for y, then I will have to write all the remaining part, that is 2x and z. So the coefficient for y will be 2x and z, right? In the similar way I can write the coefficient for z and for 2 also. So coefficient means the other terms, whether it is a literal number or a constant, means whether it is a variable or a constant, we have to write all of them except that number. Now look here x is written. Now here the coefficient of x is 1. Whenever the single literal number is given, we consider its coefficient as 1, right? Here minus x is given. In such cases, we consider its coefficient as minus is there, so minus 1, because this x is 1 multiplied by x. The product of this x will be equal to x. So here its coefficient is 1, and in the case of minus x, minus 1 is multiplied by x. So its coefficient is equal to minus 1. Next is numerical coefficient. Now the numerical value with the literal number, that is the constant with the literal number, is the numerical coefficient of that expression, right? Here 5 is the numerical value, so the coefficient of 5x is 5, the numerical coefficient, right? Here 5 is the numerical part and x is the literal part. So the this numerical part is called the numerical coefficient. Let us understand this by taking examples. Minus 3x. So here the numerical coefficient for x is minus 3. 2ab. So the numerical coefficient for this expression is 2. X, the numerical coefficient for x is 1. Minus a, the numerical coefficient for minus a is minus 1. Coming on to worksheet 3, we will solve worksheet 3 by using these concepts. The first question is, write the product form of the following. Now write the following in the product form. Y raised to the power 5. So that means we have to multiply y 5 times. Y multiply by y multiply by y multiply by y 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. X raised to the power 19. Now if we will multiply x by 19, it will become so long. So what do? हम लोग इसको short form में करेंगे and x multiply by x multiply by x multiply by, we can put dots here and this is equal to 19 times. We can write 19 here, 19 times, right? So this is the answer. Now the next is 3 by 4 x square yz, right? So here we have to write all the terms, don't skip any term. Write 3 by 4 here, multiply by, because write the product, we have to write this in the product form. We have to put the multiplication sign here. So x multiply by x, because x is having the power 2, so we will multiply it 2 times and then y and then z. Next is a cube plus b square and c. So here we have to multiply a 3 times and then b twice and then c. Next is minus a raised to the power 4. So minus a will be multiplied 4 times, but always remember students that you have to put the minus terms in bracket, right? Next is 2x raised to the power 3. I have explained earlier also that for this you have to take both together, 2x together. So you have to write and put it in brackets, 2x multiply by 2x multiply by 2x. Next term is minus z raised to the power 30. So here also you have to multiply minus z and then multiply it and put dots and write 30 times. Next is minus 7p q square r cube. Here minus 7 multiply by p multiply by, because q square is there, so q multiply by q, we have to multiply it 2 times and then r multiply by r multiply by r. Coming on to question number 3rd, write the product form of 3x cube and 3x cube. Are they same? Right? The same question which I have explained again, because 3x here the cube is for both the constant and the variable part. So we will write it as 3x multiply by 3x multiply by 3x, and here 3x cube. Now the power is only just for this x, so we will write 3 as it is and we will expand this x, we will multiply it 3 times. Are they same? No, they are not same. So you will write no, they are not same. Question number 4th now. Write the coefficient of. Now here you have to write the coefficient of x. They are not asking about the numerical coefficient. They are just asking write the coefficient of. Now x, the coefficient of x here is 2. So write 2 here. Coefficient of a is minus 9. Here the coefficient of y is 4x. Here the coefficient of b is the remaining all the terms minus 8ac. So you will write it minus 8ac. Here 4x, right? Minus a, the coefficient is minus 1. 4 by 3, coefficient of z is 4 by 3. The coefficient of x square is all the remaining terms 4 and y, so 4y. The coefficient of y in y is 1. The coefficient of a here is minus 1 by 2 and b square. So you write it like minus 1 upon 2 b square. Z, the coefficient of z here is y. It hardly matters it is the successor or the predecessor. We have to write all the other terms except that number, right? So y is the coefficient of z here. Now question number 6 is write the numerical coefficient in. Now here we have to write the numerical coefficients only. So the numerical coefficient here is 2, the numerical coefficient here is 3, the numerical coefficient here is 1 by 4, here the numerical coefficient is 3, here the numerical coefficient is 4 by 3, here the numerical coefficient is not given, that means we have to take it as 1. In G part the numerical coefficient is here is 1, here because again it is not given, so minus is there, so minus 1 we will take. In this question also minus BC is there, so we will take minus 1 as the numerical coefficient, and in this question also minus x is given, so we will take minus 1 as the numerical coefficient. Now coming on to the book exercise questions, we do have 2 questions based on your this knowledge. The first is write the exponential form. So here because the y is given and here 9 times is given, that means the we will write y raised to the power 9, right? And here p multiply by p multiply by p 21 times. So p raised to the power 21 is the answer. You can do this in books only or in your fair notebooks also. 1 by 2 multiply by a multiply by b multiply by b into c. So it is equals to 1 upon 2 multiply by a is 1 time, so we will write it as 1 time only, but because there is no need to write multiplication sign, so we will write 1 upon 2. It is already in the product form, 1 upon 2 a b square and c. Here 2a is 3 times and b is 2 times, so we will write 2 a cube b square c. In this question minus 6 x y is 2 times, so y square and z is single time. So firstly we will write the constant term minus 6 and then x and then y square and z. Next is minus z is multiplied 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we will write minus z, you have to keep it in bracket, minus z raised to the power 4. Next is minus a 17 times, again put minus a in bracket and take the power as 17. Here 3x is multiplied 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So write 3x, take it in bracket because raised to the power 5, because the whole 3x is there, 2 terms are there, not only single term, right? So in this way you can complete this book exercise. And question number 5 is also there. Identify the following statements as constants or variables. Now here you have to identify whether these are constants or variables. Number of mangoes in 1 dozen mangoes. Now mangoes are not going to change because in 1 dozen there are always 12 things are there. So the number of mangoes are not going to be changed because 1 dozen is there. 1 dozen is always equals to 12. So this is a constant term. And number of centimeters in a meter, this is also not going to change because 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeters. So this is again constant. Temperature in a day, yes, it keeps on changing. In the morning it is something different, in the afternoon it is different. So it is a variable. Degrees in a right angle is always equal to 90 degree. So this is again a constant term. Degrees in an acute angle changes, it is between 0 to 90 degree. So this is a variable term. Number of days in February, it also keeps on changing because after every 4 years leap year come, and sometimes it is 28 and sometimes it is 29. So this is variable. Number of days in April, are also not going to change. Is not going to change, and April has 30 days, so it is a constant term. Number of letters in the word mathematics. So in the word mathematics, how many letters are there? They are also not going to be changed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 alphabets are there, they will remain same. So this is also a constant term. So I hope the concept is clear to all of you. Now solve worksheet 3. Thank you.